Now, as the longest ever U.S. federal government shutdown enters its 37th day, the Federal Aviation Administration is working on an unprecedented plan to cut 10% of all domestic flights at 40 high-traffic national airports due to safety concerns caused by air traffic controller shortages. The Thanksgiving holiday is fast approaching and flight chaos is expected to peak if the shutdown doesn't end. But as I report, this is just one of the many worries associated with the legislative logjam.
America's skies will soon see fewer flights. U.S. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy has announced a 10% cut in domestic flights at 40 major U.S. airports, citing growing safety concerns caused by air traffic controller shortages during the shutdown. The move could affect over 250,000 seats and 1,800 flights daily. Secretary Duffy warned the cuts are essential to maintain safety, even as he urged lawmakers to immediately reopen the government and prevent what he called mass chaos.
Our sole role is to make sure that we keep this airspace as safe as possible. The administrator is going to talk about all of the tools we're going to deploy. One of them, though, is going to be that there is going to be a 10% reduction in capacity at 40 of our locations.
The Federal Aviation Administration says the cuts will start immediately, impacting busy hubs like New York, Chicago, Atlanta, and Los Angeles. This comes as thousands of controllers and TSA agents continue working without pay, leading to mandatory overtime and stretched safety margins.
But we do recognize that the controllers have been working fastidiously for the last 5 weeks with this huge burden over their head of lack of compensation. And we are starting to see some evidence that that fatigue is building in the system in ways that we feel we need to work towards relieving some of that pressure.
Even Trump partially blamed the shutdown for Republicans suffering losses in key mayoral and gubernatorial races, including New York. The U.S. president urged lawmakers at the White House breakfast meet on Wednesday to terminate the filibuster, a legislative move that would end long-standing Senate norms to make it easier for the majority to jam through legislation.
It's time for Republicans to do what they have to do, and that's terminate the filibuster. It's the only way you can do it. And if you don't terminate the filibuster, you'll be in bad shape. We won't pass any legislation. There'll be no legislation passed for 3.25. We have 3.25 years, so that's a long time.
The sense of urgency to end the shutdown into its 37th day now is only growing as the Thanksgiving holiday approaches on the 27th of November. Roughly 1.4 million federal employees haven't been paid, even though many are still working. Millions of Americans are not getting food stamp benefits needed to feed their families. The non-partisan Congressional Budget Office estimates the shutdown will reduce GDP by 1 to 2% because not only is it the longest, but also the widest affecting all appropriations. And to make matters worse, the precise economic damage from the shutdown is difficult to assess, partly because of the information blackout caused by the shutdown itself. Gautam Roy's report for DD India.